started chipping away at it, you know. Went from 30 down to 20.
Pierce, nice quick move.
20 down to 15.
This building ready to explode.
15 down to 10.
Scott has watched his Nets blow a 26-point.
Now we got the momentum going our way.
Celtics' only lead of this game was 1-0. They hit the opening free throw.
The Truth would score 18 points in the final 12 minutes of the greatest fourth-quarter comeback in NBA playoff history.
Celtics lead.
Could have easily packed it in. We could have said, okay, you know, we're going to play for pride right now.
Paul could have easily run away.
But, you know, I never give up.
And the Boston Celtics with the greatest fourth-quarter comeback in NBA playoff history.
Something that's been on my mind for a couple of years. You know, all these things just come up again like it just happened yesterday.
Someone's with a testimony about you, this jury, and the Commonwealth, and the defense is all true. So we got it.
September 2002. The men accused of beating and stabbing Paul Pierce go before a judge and jury.
You got to replay this incident all over again in your mind like it just happened yesterday.
William Ragland and Trevor Watson, both bodyguards for the rap group Made Men, were charged with armed assault with intent to murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and assault and battery. Anthony Hurston faced identical charges.
They say he ran across the room and hit Paul with a bottle. He couldn't run if his life depended on it.
The charges were largely based on one eyewitness account given to a grand jury. A woman who claimed to see both Ragland and Watson stabbing Paul Pierce.
You have a case, you're prepared for the evidence to go in a certain way, and in this case, things changed substantially.
The prosecution's star witness at first refused to answer any questions. When the judge warned her she'd be jailed for contempt of court, she fainted and was taken to the hospital. The following day, she changed her story.
This woman came into open court knowing that she faced the possibility of a perjury charge before the grand jury, and yet she told a different story.
She was not alone. Two other witnesses recanted their testimony as well.
Okay, and who was he fighting with, you know?
He was fighting with a lot of men.
Each witness described a chaotic brawl involving more than just 3 attackers.
At the grand jury, this testimony was given within weeks of the incident. Now, where it's 2 years post-incident, any number of intervening things could have happened.
Boston media questioned whether their lives had been threatened.
Maybe the truth is that they lied then or got caught up in something and they want to clear the record.
I didn't know anybody in the club, hadn't made any friends out in Boston, so it's like, you know, if I haven't made any friends, how have I made any enemies?
He testified that he approached 2 women he did not know. Within seconds, an angry man told him one was his sister and punched him.
And he was standing right next to these 2 women?
Yes. Out of the 3, 2 of them I can recognize.
Didn't see anybody with cornrows, is that right?
I don't remember.
You didn't see any bald-headed guy, right?
I don't remember.
And you didn't see anyone with real short hair, correct?
I can't remember.
The only defendant he was asked specifically to identify was Tony Hurston.
Right now, as I said today, I cannot tell if he was the person standing next to the pool table that I had an initial confrontation with.
On October 7th, William Ragland was found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. Trevor Watson was convicted on the lesser assault and battery. Anthony Hurston was acquitted of all charges.
If it wasn't Paul Pierce, you would have never read about this in the newspaper. This was just another barroom stabbing in the city of Boston, or could be New York, Chicago, or Altoona, Pennsylvania. It just happens.
The truth about what happened that night may never be known. But the truth, who got a second chance, will never be forgotten. Paul is generous with his time and money to help Boston's underprivileged kids. As for his game, number 34 may yet find a home in the Fleet Center rafters.
I haven't reached the top, but I'm still climbing.